Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. If you're new, I'm Charlotte, welcome in. I do a little bit of everything, lifestyle, beauty, books, and there are always seagull noises in the back of my video. When I started YouTube, I started doing like a monthly favourites series. I know that's quite a popular series, there's quite a lot of them online. Really reminds me of like old school YouTube from back in the day, like the OG. Anyway, I found monthly favourites kind of hard to keep up with because sometimes it would literally be only like two things that I felt were of note enough to talk about in a video, and I stopped doing that series, and I basically felt really called to do this video of just my recent favourites because I've been using a lot of stuff lately. I feel like I've been really enjoying all the products I've been using. I've just had things that I'm like, wow, this is really good. So I thought we'd carve out a little time to make a whole video about it. These earrings are not my favourite because they are making my ears sore, so I'm gonna take them out. I wanted to feel like super cute today, so I put some lashes on, and I haven't worn lashes for a video in like literally 6 months, and I forgot that the camera isn't as forgiving, so if you can see any gaps, mind your own. Today's favourites are a mix, they always are. I've got some beauty, I've got some like lifestyle stuff, I've got some dental care, I've got books, clothing. I've got everything in a pile here except for the first thing, which I'm going to start with, but I'm going to put a little image on screen when the time comes. I think as well, I'm probably going to do like a like to know post with all of this linked in one place so that you can get them. So I'll put that in the description box. And having looked at this pile, there are a couple of things in here that have been gifted to me previously, but how gifting works for me at least is that I'm given these things with no obligation to post. So anything that I've mentioned in this video is a product that I've been using for a while that's been gifted to me, and it hasn't been gifted to me in exchange for a mention in this video. I just wanted to keep that transparent. I'm honestly so grateful to have been even gifted these in the first place, and I literally wouldn't be able to do that without all of you watching me and all of your support online. So anything that I mention, I would calmly and confidently say that I would purchase this again with my own money. So yeah, you know I like to keep it transparent. Any questions about that, just let me know. So I'm going to start with something that I bought maybe like 2 months ago, and it's my Gymshark flares. I'll put a screenshot of the style on the screen now. These are the crossover Gymshark flared leggings. I used to be like a diehard Gymshark fan, and I haven't bought any of their stuff for quite a few years, and I've had my eye on these for ages. And if you know me and you've been on this channel, you know I hate ordering stuff online. It's like really the bane of my life. I mean, it's probably a good thing that I don't enjoy online shopping, but I'm the kind of person that if something is on sale online, I would rather buy it in person, even full price, because I just prefer to see the items, I prefer to touch them. I think it's been a really big factor in reducing my like personal consumption, is that I don't impulse buy online anymore. But yeah, so I actually bought these in the flagship store in London. I was in London for the day and I saw it and I thought I'll pop in, and I found them, and I'm so glad I tried them on. They are literally the perfect legging. I've been doing a lot of yoga and Pilates, and I've been wanting something that looks a little less gymmy. Obviously these are gym material, but I wanted a trouser that I could wear to work and not feel like I was in sports leggings. Obviously they do still look sporty, but the reason I like these so much is because the fit, I feel, really suits my body. They make my bum look amazing. The wrap front on the front doesn't roll down, which in comparison to my Adenola leggings, which I also love, they do roll down when I'm working out quite a lot. I don't know if it's maybe because these ones are a little bit higher waisted on me. I'm 5'7" for a height reference, and they just skim the floor, so they're not dragging in the dirt and the mud, but they just fit like the perfect length, which is something I really struggle with flared leggings. I don't feel like I'm even that tall. I'm average height. 5'7" is like the average UK height for women, but flares always come up so short on me, and I hate an ankle swinger. I saw them in the store and I was ready to try them on and was just like, these are going to be horrible on me. I didn't have much hope for them because I feel like my legging journey, my gym legging flared journey, has not been ideal, and I put them on and they were just perfect. And the only thing is, I'm annoyed. I've been looking at them for like 6 months. Why didn't I buy them sooner? I just think they're the perfect black legging. Every time I put them on, I feel so good about myself. They're really comfortable to work out in. I don't do anything really high impact. I do reformer and yoga, and I'm a little bit off working out at the moment anyway because I've hurt my back. I have a try on my latest vlog, which is like the productive daytime vlog. It's quite an old vlog, but I uploaded it recently, but you can see what they're like on there. I think they look really nice. I got a size medium for reference. I always do in Gymshark, and I'm a size 10, which usually I feel like a 10 would be a small, but I always get a medium in bottoms just because I think I have a little bit of a peachy bum for my frame, maybe. I know that's subjective, so don't come for me if you think I've got a tiny ass. On to some like bathroom and beauty stuff. I'm only gonna say these because this is another thing that I've been wanting to buy for ages. I got these ones in Boots and they felt like an unnecessary purchase, but I bought these little like wrist cuffs for when you wash your face. They're to stop the water dripping down to your elbows, which is like a huge sensory issue for me. Like, it makes me see red. They weren't very much money. I think they were like £5, which I know it seems kind of like frivolous for something like this, but when I can tell you that this has made washing my face so much more of a pleasant experience. Like, I really put off taking my makeup off at the end of the day. If I'm wearing like a white long sleeve t-shirt, or, you know, like I'm still wearing my daytime clothes, because I usually take my makeup off like first thing when I get in from work, I hate the water dripping down my elbows. It makes me seethe. Or sometimes I wash my face getting out of the shower and I'll put my dressing gown on and my body will be dry and my dressing gown's obviously like quite loose, and then the water drips down my elbow and it makes the inside of my dressing gown wet. I am neurodivergent, so I have like some sensory issues, and these have been like one of the best things I've bought this year. I will say that I'm sat here talking about my favourites. No one actually like needs this stuff, by the way. I am not like trying to flog you loads of stuff. Like, I'm not saying any of this is like a must have. If I think any of it's a must have for me, like, it's something that I'm really happy I bought, but again, none of this stuff is like necessary to your well-being and to your sense of purpose in life, so just bear that in mind. I'll do the two makeup bits now because they kind of go hand in hand. I've been using this product a little while now, a couple of months, maybe 3 months, and I've been really impressed with how it's worked for me. It is the MAC Half Demi Lash Curler. I've only started using lash curlers in the last like 2 years, and I had a MAC full size one. I still have it and I really liked it. I can't remember why I bought it. I bought it literally like 5 years ago. I think I had a gift card and I bought it, and I've had it that long and it's still really good, and I haven't changed the inserts that many times. My eyelashes are quite straight. They have a tendency to point downwards, and they're quite similar from what I've seen to a lot of East Asian eyelashes. So they're very straight, they point downwards. You have quite a lot of them, but they're quite fine and they're quite short. I started getting lash lifts about a year ago, which work really well, but they work even better with a lash curler. But I noticed my full size MAC one wasn't capturing the outside corner lashes. I started looking at Shiseido. I figured it was best to go with East Asian company that makes curlers designed for East Asian lashes, because that's the similar kind of style to mine. But I couldn't find in the UK the Shiseido Demi Lash Curler, so I ended up picking up this one from MAC. It's like much shorter. You can see it's probably like a couple of centimeters, and oh my god, my lashes have never looked better than when I use this. I use this every single day, even if I don't wear mascara. Obviously they were helped along a little bit by my lash lift, but I haven't had a lash lift in about 3 months now, so I think it's basically all worn off, and these are still curling my lashes really, really well. The only difference between when I have a lash lift and when I don't is that I probably only need to use this like one press on each section and they just shoot up, but without, I have to go over a couple of times. But this is just amazing. It was £16, so it probably isn't cheap for lash curler, but it's about what's expected for MAC, and I have heard that lash curlers are the kind of thing you need to spend a little bit more money on to get the best out of them. If I'm going away, this comes everywhere with me. Like, this is part of my no makeup look, and it's really comfy. I feel like you get quite a lot of control over it with how you use it, and it came with a pack of those 3 little rubbery inserts there, so you can just change them. I feel like I shouldn't have worn false lashes for this video so I could show you, but I have used this in some of my makeup videos, so if you go back to some of my most recent, if you want to see it in action, that's where you can see it. But I'm just really, really pleased because I've never had decent lashes. Next item goes hand in hand with this, so it's like a bit of a combo, and it is a mascara. So this was an item I was gifted about 2 months ago, and it is the Clinique High Impact Mascara in the shade Black Honey. So it is a burgundy mascara. You can see it's a really nice deep red colour. It's actually what I've got on today, but I feel like my fake lashes swamp it. When Clinique released their new Black Honey lip oil, they sent like a little package kit. So it had this, the Black Honey Almost lipstick, the lip oil, and I think that was it. And I saw the mascara and I thought, oh, I don't really use mascara. Like, I have mine. I was thinking about giving this to someone, and I usually use the Sky High in the pink tube, I can't remember the brand, and I thought, you know what, I've always really wanted like a brown or a burgundy, and oh my god, this is so good. I've been using it about a month now, and whatever they put in this formula, it is so lengthifying. I really like the brush because it's a bristle brush, so you can brush the excess off. I've mentioned it before, I prefer a slightly drier mascara, or a mascara that doesn't have lots of product. So this doesn't feel too wet of a formula, and it just, for day to day, if you don't want to put a lot on, your mascara doesn't look half done, and I just feel like that combined with my MAC curler adds so much length. And as for the colour, I think because my hair, my eyebrows and my lashes are so dark, no one else would notice that I haven't got a black mascara on. But I put on my black mascara for the first time in about 2 months the other day. I've been using this every single day, and I really didn't like the formula in comparison, and it looked really, really black and harsh. This is just a little bit more subtle. It looks a little bit more natural. I don't honestly think that anyone else would notice. If I did a side-by-side eye comparison, you would notice, because the black just looks so dark in comparison. Yeah, I've just been really impressed, and I think I'm more impressed because I had really low expectations. I wasn't actually planning to keep this. I wasn't planning to use it. I just opened it and was like, yep, let me go for it and give it a go. And I think when I run out of my black one, if I really do want a black mascara, I think I would purchase this in black. But if I'm honest, I think I'm really turned off of black mascara now. Let me know if you would like me to do a TikTok of like a side-by-side of different comparisons so you can see the colour, because I think really on someone with my colouring it's really hard to tell. I think if you were very fair, or maybe kind of like a redhead, I think this would look gorgeous, or if you had green eyes, this would look amazing. Formula feels really nice. I really like that it's a bristle brush instead of a rubbery brush. I feel like the rubbery brushes make my eyelashes really clumpy. Just really surprised, I think is the correct word. My camera was really high and I was sat up like ramrod straight, so I've just lowered you a bit so I can slouch because my back's hurting. I feel like it's really obvious when I have like bad posture in these videos, so I always try to stay sat up and it's really hard. My next thing, now I've been using it for quite a while, I feel like I can speak on, and it is my Acupressure mat. Let me show you like a close-up of the Acupressure mat. So this is a squishy mat that I got on Amazon. I'll put the link in the like to know post, and it came with a headrest bit that I can't find at the moment, but it's like a spiky headrest bit, and it's like a spiky plasticky mat. This bit is cushion and it's quite comfy, and it's not very big, it's like that big, and I lie on it almost every night. Top off, I put it on my upper back and lower back, mid back, the whole back. And I do about 20 minutes at the moment. I've managed to get up to about 20 minutes, and I lie flat on my back. There is a principle behind this, which I'll go through. And I'm not gonna lie, I know a lot of people like don't believe in acupuncture and acupressure, or that they feel like there's not enough like peer-reviewed backed studies and stuff. That's fine. If this isn't for you, skip through it. I don't mind. I just don't really care to hear about it, why you think it's rubbish. I feel like it works for me. So yeah, the principle of acupressure, if you Google the benefits of an acupressure mat, you'll get some much more concise kind of sciencey language about the multiple benefits of this. But there are a few things behind it. And the first thing is that there's various acupressure points all over your body that are supposed to help with things like sleep, back pain. I've heard that it's quite beneficial for chronic pain. I can't speak on that because I don't suffer from any kind of chronic pain. Nervous system regulation, reduced headaches and migraines and that kind of thing. Obviously there's a number of other factors that go into supporting those areas that I've just spoken about. The spiking on your back kind of can improve the blood flow to the muscles and your back. So that's one of the other things that I've read about it. Please just look it up because I'm not going to be doing a very good job of explaining it. But I lie on this bare skin 20 minutes before bed every week. I usually read my book. I'm not gonna lie, it was quite painful to start with, so I did it through a really thin t-shirt to get used to it, and I worked my way up, but I was quite quick at managing to do bare skin 20 minutes. At first it's very painful, but the more your kind of like muscles relax into it, you get quite used to it. So I do about 20 minutes. I usually read my Kindle or read my book. Don't often use the neck support one because I don't like kind of lying flat on my back with my head sitting up. I prefer to just lie like completely flat, so I take my pillows away. And obviously if you like lift your legs into the air, it creates more weight onto your back, so it kind of hurts a bit more, or it gives you like a deeper spike, as it were. I mentioned earlier, obviously I've got quite a lot of back pain at the moment. I'm going like through some issues with my back, and that was kind of partially the reason I bought this. I heard this is really beneficial for sleep, and I don't know if it's just kind of like a placebo effect, but I do genuinely feel like when I use this, I have such a deep sleep and I fall asleep so much faster. I do really struggle with my sleep and historically have done, so to be able to feel sleepy and fall asleep quickly is like really a blessing. So if that's because of this, then I'll take it. You can also like put this on the floor and rest your feet on it. Apparently that's really great for that. I haven't tried it yet. There's a lot of acupressure points in your feet. My feet are quite ticklish, so I don't know if I'd want to do that. But yeah, I really like it. I just tuck it away under my bed so I can just see a little bit of the purple, so it does remind me every night to do it. It does roll up quite small. You could probably roll up tighter, so if you wanted to travel with it, I think that's something that could be done. Do make sure you put it away properly though, because I was just like, once I was done with it, casting it to one side, spike side up on the floor, and I tripped, saw the spikes, tried to save myself and scraped my foot against it. It really hurt. These are really hard and really spiky, so I just keep thinking, imagine if I fell like flat on my face on this mat, it would hurt so much. You would definitely, if you fell on this from a height, you would hurt yourself. So that's my acupressure mat. Love her, would recommend her. As I'm drinking one right now, and I have my last one in here, it is these High Five Zero Sugar Electrolyte sports drink soluble tablet things. I've been looking for an electrolyte drink for a while. I feel like it's something that the UK is not very good at. So Liquid IV, which is American, is really expensive to get over here. You can order it, but it's just so expensive. There's a brand called Element, which an influencer I follow uses and recommends, and she promotes it. You can get it in the UK, but again, it's quite expensive and you have to bulk buy it, so I was quite nervous. Obviously with all like supplements and health stuff, please do your own research, because this is just what I needed and what works for me. So my reason for wanting an electrolyte drink is that my medication makes me really dehydrated and is a diuretic. So not only am I really thirsty, I'm drinking water, I'm still feeling really dehydrated because I am just constantly going to the bathroom, which is really annoying because I just feel like shit all the time from feeling dehydrated. I have a lot of water retention. I was getting like really headachy. If I'd have managed to drink about 2 litres of water in the day with my medication, I cannot tell you, I'd probably gone to the bathroom like easily 25 times in a day. So I figured I needed something first thing that's gonna like help me hold on to the water and the fluids I'm consuming, and I was buying those Lucozade sports drinks, but like they're just not very good for you to drink too many of them in a day. Like it's just so much excess sugar. So I saw these in Holland & Barrett. It's a berry flavour one. They had a lime as well, but I didn't want it. But this has like all of the kind of minerals and electrolytes in it that you would need. You put one of these in 750 ml of water, so it goes quite a long way, so that's almost a litre drunk, and I have one usually every morning. If I get to the afternoon and I'm feeling really dehydrated, I'll have one, which is what I've just done today. But you get 20 of these in here, so you don't have to buy it too often. I'm on my last one. It doesn't taste bad, so it's not too sweet. I don't really want one that tastes like drinking like a sports drink. This is just like a light berry flavour. It's kind of like almost a little bit like flavoured water, maybe a bit sweeter. It's my second packet of these, so I've been trying these out for like 2 months, and yeah, it works really well for me. Holland & Barrett, you can get them online. They're usually on an offer. I'll probably try another flavour next time. But for me, it's just worked well in that I feel a bit more hydrated and I feel like I'm actually taking in the water I drink. Obviously, like if you're not on any kind of like medication that's diuretic or, you know, genuinely dehydrated, you can just drink water. I think you'll be fine. But for me, this has really worked and really helped because I was feeling quite unwell. It's not nice to feel like you're drinking so much water and it's just not going anywhere. Right, next up I'm going to talk about a book which I spoke about in my most recent review, but it was just really good. I'm really surprised I enjoyed it as much as I did, and it's Emily Henry's Book Lovers. I'm a bit of a sucker for a romance book if I'm honest, but I didn't previously like Emily Henry's other book that I read. There is a full review in my reading wrap up from June, but in case you've never seen my videos before and to give you a quick synopsis, the premise is that Nora, Sasha, who's our main character, is a literary agent and her whole life is books. She's supposed to be kind of like the antithesis of the traditional romance heroine. So she's a little bit mean, she's a workaholic, she's like a big city girl. Her boyfriends have always been dumping her for these very traditional, like small town, soft, sweet girls, and she's had enough. So when her sister convinces her to go to Sunshine Falls, she goes because she thinks maybe it's going to be me, maybe it's going to be my turn. I'm going to meet like a hot lumberjack or a country farmer or something that's going to sweep me off my feet, you know, like very Hallmark movie. Instead, she bumps into Charlie Lastra, who is like a bit of her nemesis in the editing world. He's an editor. They've had like a very brief working relationship that didn't go well, and one thing leads to another. I'm not really like a huge established fan of Emily Henry. I've only read 2 of her books, one I loved, one I didn't like, so I'm kind of unsure where I sit with her books in general, but I just really liked this one. I found it a really emotional read. I found it very romantic. I liked the setting. It was kind of the nicest form of like romance book escapism for me. I think I've got quite picky with my romance book over the years, rightly so. I used to read, and still do sometimes, but a lot of what I would like class as like a holiday book, which is those kinds of romance novels where they all blur into one. They're kind of mainly about the spice and there's a little bit of plot thrown in, and yeah, I'm just kind of tending to lean more towards well-developed, like rounded characters these days with a bit more plot. And usually I like a book with a relationship that's outside of the romantic one, so there's some kind of development going on there, like whether it be sibling, family, that kind of thing. Yeah, it was just a nice read, but it still provided that kind of level of escapism for me. So that's probably been one of the favourite books I've read recently. If you have any other Emily Henry recommendations of which book I should read next, let me know. I can't remember what it's called. Beach Read? I read Beach Read and then Book Lovers, and I'm not really sure which one I should venture to next. I spoke about this in my most recent product empties, and I felt compelled to talk about it because it's my 3rd rebuy, and it is the Breath Company Fresh Breath mouthwash oral rinse. I hate the word oral rinse, but yeah, it's a mouthwash. I got this in Boots, and yeah, it's my 3rd one, and I just really like it. It's minty, it's a bit spearminty. It's called Mild Mint. Not gonna like burn out your tear ducts and make you regret using it, you know those ones where it feels like you can't breathe afterwards because it's so cold. It lasts a really long time. It's a little bit expensive, but I don't mind spending a little bit more money on kind of like dentistry and oral products and, you know, stuff that you're going to use every day, because although yes, it's expensive, you end up having to rebuy it more often. I think daily products that you like enough to use daily are worth kind of like leveling up a little bit. This is supposed to stop your morning breath. Obviously I brush my teeth every morning anyway, but I just feel like this adds like a nice level of like neutralizing to your mouth. I don't know, it's really hard to explain. It is just a good product, especially if you gargle. I just feel like it lasts a really long time. Like all the claims are true. 12 hours of fresh breath, neutralizing bad breath, works instantly, non-burning. Thank you to Dr. Harold Katz, that's him, just there. You've made a fantastic mouthwash. And last but not least is my GHD wide plate straighteners. These were gifted to me, but not in exchange for any content. I'm very, very grateful for these because I had a very old, probably 10-year-old pair of GHDs that were struggling, and I got these wide plate ones, and when I tell you, they are so fucking good. As you've noticed, I have a lot of hair, and straightening my hair, I'm not gonna lie, isn't something that I do very often, but recently, I mean in June, I have been wanting to straighten my hair a bit more, and these make it so easy. Bitch, these are so good. Obviously it's because of the wide plate, like you can just straighten so much more hair, minimal Passover. I mean I'm a bit bad that I like to get very, very boneless straight, so I try not to go over my head too many times, but these, if you're doing a big section as well, not a thin section, you only need to go over this twice. Thin section, you can go over it once. I always get a comb, I'm doing it, do very, very thin, small sections, but these kept them straight. This got my hair so straight. They're so comfy to hold. They came with, I've forgotten what I've put in it, but they came with like a little black case that you put over the top, and then they came with a heat resistant pouch as well, so when you turn them off I usually just whip them straight in here. It's got like a little bit so you can just like rest them in there, and then that fabric bit in between as well, so that's usually what I do. I turn them off and I just put them straight in there. Yeah, and I just love this travel case. I am just really, really impressed with these, and obviously I love pink tools, so I think maybe it doesn't help that I've been struggling with the same straighteners, the same GHDs that I've had for like over a decade, and they'd lost all their like titanium coating, so they weren't getting my hair very sleek and flat, you know, that kind of, it was straight but it was puffy. So when I got these, they look like you've just had your hair like silky blown out at a salon. I was just really, really impressed, and I try not to straighten my hair too often because I like to do it to within an inch of its life, and obviously it's not very good for your hair to do that too regularly. But when I realised, and I did a full head and I took my time with it properly, I did it 3 washes in a row because I just wanted bone straight hair all the time. I'm tempted to do it this wash, to be honest, but I don't know if it's going to rain soon because it's been raining a lot. It stayed pin straight as well, so I like to straighten my hair, you know, when you bump the ends, I don't like that. I don't want the ends flicky, I don't want the ends wavy, I want them pin straight, like naughty straight. And it stayed like that for a good few days. They heat up really quickly. I'm just really impressed with them. But anyway, that is the end of my favourites video. Like I said, I'll put a link to the product in the description box. It will be in a like to know post, so you'll see on there. Let me know if you've tried any of those products before, because I'd love to see if you like them, or based on this, if you have any recommendations for things I might like. These are all just things I just feel like I've been having such a good time with them lately, you know, and you're just like, oh, I'm just really enjoying everything I'm using. And how lucky am I that like some of this was gifted. I'm eternally grateful for that. Like I said, I couldn't do that without any of you, because my audience is kind of like what's got me that opportunity. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, subscribe, do the bell, you know, all of that kind of stuff. And I'll put a link to my other socials in the description box as always. I'll see you on the next video. My upload schedule is Wednesdays and Sundays, but have a wonderful rest of your week or whenever you're watching this. Goodbye.